Namaste. This is a 30-minute Yin Yoga video to release your fascia and calm your nervous system. Okay, so we hold these yoga postures, these yoga asanas, for longer holds, 45 seconds to 2 minutes. Okay, sometimes longer, but in this 30-minute, we're going to hold them 45 seconds to about a minute and a half. And we also need a bolster, okay, to support yourself. This is a supported yin release. So the props could also be a blanket, rolled up blanket or towels, or even like a firmer pillow. Okay, otherwise I have this rectangular shaped bolster, yoga bolster. You could also use a block if you have blocks at home. Okay. I'm going to invite you to lay down. Our first yoga pose is going to be on our back. Okay, so we're going to bring the low back as close to our bolster as possible. And then we're going to bring the feet out in front of us, bringing the soles of our feet together for like reclined butterfly. Okay, this is Supta Baddha Konasana. And then we're going to lie down our lower, middle, and upper back onto our bolster, bringing our arms wide open to a T. Or you can bring the arms up and overhead and just notice what feels best or more comfortable for you to begin with. So maybe you're able to close down the eyes or gaze at the tip of the nose. Find your drishti. Find your inner body awareness. So your awareness going into the wisdom of the body. So we're going to take a big, full cleansing breath through our nose. And then exhale out, empty. Can take an audible cleansing exhalation from the mouth. And our breath, when we utilize the breath fully, it helps us to clear the mind and center ourselves in the body, also calming the nervous system. All right, so inhale. We're also reoxygenating our brains and our blood, all of our vital organs and tissues, because we're delivering more oxygen to our blood supply. So we inhale, filling the diaphragm. So really allow the belly to expand and the rib cage to rise. Inhale, you can pause at the top, and then exhale, empty and let something go. Sink a little bit more into your bolster, blanket, mat, block, whatever it is. Just sink into it a little bit more. Soften the face, release the jaw, and continue to focus on your breathing, on your breath. Inhaling fully and deeply through the nose, through the nostrils. Exhale. You can take an audible exhalation from the mouth, continuing to let stress melt away from you. Breathe it away. Allow it to be neutralized by the earth. We don't want to fall asleep. This is more of a yoga nidra type thing where we just find deep relaxation and rest, but we don't want to actually fall asleep. So we want to continue to consciously breathe in through the nose and back out through the nose. Now we begin to seal the lips for the Ujjayi pranayama breathing practice that moves in through the nose and back out through the nose. But you're always welcome to take the cleansing breath out from the mouth. Detoxifying and letting something go. Something that is not serving you today, right here, right now. And simultaneously, when we're letting something go that may be negative or that we may be, carrying, as we release that, we want to invite in something new, what we want to, consciously want to invite in. So maybe that's love, joy, peace, vitality, prosperity, well-being, and that can be your mantra or your positive affirmation that we also want to take with us through the practice, through this class. So if the mind ever begins to wander, bring it back to the mantra. My mantra lately has been Sat Nam, and that means I am truth. Truth is my identity. All right, so just a few more long, deep inhalations and exhalations here. Maybe adjusting the arms a little bit if you wanted to find some movement in the upper body. You could also take a bind, interlacing your fingers overhead. Just allow the shoulders to soften and the chest to open up. It's a very nice upper and lower body release, fascia release, yin pose, supported yin pose. All right, so we're slowly, gently, kindly gonna come out of this posture. We've been in it for quite some time, so we want to get out of it nice and slow. And we're just going to find our way onto one side here for a moment. So just kind of stacking everything up. You can move your bolster out of the way, support yourself with your palm. And we're just gonna come on over to a side-facing Shavasana for just a moment. You can rest your head on your arm, or you could keep your blanket or your bolster there, supporting yourself with the right hand out in front of you, perhaps, and just taking a moment to kind of reset the spine. Just a few more breaths here. This is a nice posture for grounding, and we're going to finish up in this pose as well at the end with a more supported. So we're going to press our way up into one palm and then the other palm, and we're going to come up to our seat, to seated with our legs straight out in front of us. You can bring your bolster forward because we're going to now fold forward onto the bolster or any prop of choice. So we're going to move into, well, we're going to take a counter pose first, okay? So we're just going to take a seated forward fold. So you can inhale, reach your arms up, lengthen up with the sides of the body, and then exhale, hinge and fold forward, folding yourself in half, just to release that first posture. You can bend the elbows and try to fold yourself in half a little bit more. Belly draws in and up. So this is just a transition posture here. We're going to go into a half frog pose. All right, so we're going to keep our right leg straight out in front of us, and this left knee is going to go out to the left with the left foot, the toe, with the foot and the toe pointed outward. Okay, like frog legs. It's a half supported frog pose. We're going to turn this into a forward fold. So you don't have to use a prop. The blanket might be a little bit easier here, but you're more than welcome to. So this bolster could go anywhere alongside this front leg, okay? Because we're going to forward fold. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up, lengthen up, and then exhale, hinge and fold forward. So your hands can reach for that right foot, okay? Or you could have your bolster here. Wherever, you could also reach for that prop if you have a block, blanket, or bolster. So we're just folding yourself in half, supported or unsupported. Belly draws in and up, finding the bandhas. Helps to bring our awareness and keep our awareness on the energy of the body, the energy flow of the body. So just keep breathing and melting into our supported half frog pose. So however you feel best with your prop, you can adjust yourself and begin to find stillness. Just keep breathing. Breathing slowly and deeply through the nose. Soften the shoulders, down the back. We want to keep the jaw and the face relaxed. And relax all the little tiny muscles in the face and the neck. So find your expression, your variation. And then we're slowly going to come out of this, transitioning to our seated forward fold, both legs straight out in front of us, slowly releasing that left leg. Maybe you want to shake the legs out or rock them from side to side. And take that little counter pose. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Belly in. Soften the knees, the face, the jaw, and the neck. And then we slowly rise up, finding our half frog on the other side. So we're going to bend our right knee this time. The left leg stays straight out in front of us, bringing the right big toe out to the right. So it's like you're pointing your foot outwards. Just imagine frog legs. And then inhale, reach the arms up, lengthen up through the sides of the body. And then exhale, hinge and fold forward over your left front straight leg. Maybe bring your prop closer to you. However you want to melt and fold. Letting something go and just keep breathing. So we're opening up the hips here. Might be a little bit different on each side. We're lengthening out the hamstrings, the whole back left side. So we are just allowing gravity to do the work here. Just a few more breaths on this side. And we will slowly come out of it. Straightening both legs out in front of us. Shake the legs out. Rock them from side to side. And we're going to go into that seated forward fold one more time to counterpose this out. So inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold forward. So chest comes down to the thighs. Can bring the forehead to the knees if you want to round the spine. Or if you want to find more of a flat back, you bring your chin towards the shins. Belly in. So it's just a transition, and we're going to slowly rise all the way up and take your shoulders with you. So roll your shoulders up towards the ears, then roll them back down away from the ears. Take just a few shoulder rolls or shoulder shrugs, moving the shoulders in one direction and then maybe the other direction. Just loosening them up. So we're going to go into a supported bridge pose. And I will show you what this looks like so you can choose your prop of choice. This is a good place to have a block or roll up, fold up your blanket or towel. Could look something like this. All right, so for bridge, we come on down to our backs and we're going to plant our feet out in front of us, hip width apart. The arms are down by our sides, planting firmly into the feet. So the feet are firmly planted on the mat. We're going to press our way up into the legs and feet. So lifting the hips up to the sky. Draw your knees in like towards each other. So pretend you have a block between your legs, between the thighs. So we don't want to open up the knees wide. We want to draw the knees in towards our center line. Pressing into the feet, lifting the hips up to the sky. We're on the shoulders. Nice and easy on the neck. So you can stay here unsupported, or you can grab your bolster or block. You can put the block on any length, any size, make it any size there, or you can bring your bolster underneath the lower middle back. And then the arms can go out by our sides. The arms could go up and overhead. So the block can go a little bit higher than the bolster. So adjust yourself as needed. Maybe you need another blanket underneath or on top of the bolster. You don't want to be putting in much effort. You want to feel supported, keeping the hips lifted and lifted high enough. Keeping the lower, middle, upper back rested on your prop. Keeping the knees and feet only hip width apart. So keep the feet firmly planted on the mat, really firmly grounding them down, and then softening in the upper back, the neck and shoulders. Bridge pose is a back bend. Got some fireworks going off for us. Yay. So if you're on a block, you would kind of rest your sacrum on the block. So the very kind of lower, closer to the lower part of the spine. Our pelvis is grounding down. So nice and heavy in the pelvis and the hips here. Few more breaths in our supported bridge. And we will slowly begin to release out of it by pressing our way up into the feet to remove our prop. And then slowly lowering down one vertebrae at a time. Back down onto the mat. And we are going to hug the knees into the chest from here, reaching the arms around for a bind. You can interlace your fingers. You could reach for your opposite wrist or forearm, hugging the knees into the chest. You may gently rock from side to side if that feels good for you. So this is a counter pose. And then we're going to go into happy baby. So we're going to open up the knees and feet wide, making a footprint towards the sky. The hands can reach for your ankles or your shins. Opening up the knees and drawing the knees down towards the earth, towards the mat, making a footprint towards the sky. So any bind, any expression here of your happy baby, the hands can reach inside of the feet, so in the inside, reaching around for the outside of the foot, and that may help you to draw your knees down a little bit more, keeping the sacrum, that very low part of the back, resting and grounding down on the mat. Notice if it wants to lift up, try to consciously lower the sacrum down. And breathe. Just keep breathing. Inhaling fully and deeply and exhaling. Softening, surrendering, letting something go that is not serving the body or the mind or the heart. If this is too much for you and you're ready to release, you could go into waterfall, just straightening your legs up to the sky, bringing the knees and feet back together and straightening the legs. And you could support yourself there, lifting your sacrum up off the ground, or you could just find waterfall and it looks like this. You can take a bind behind the thighs, straightening the legs up to the sky. So, or stay in your happy baby. And that's just an option. So once again, you could bring your blanket or bolster there underneath the low back to support yourself in your waterfall. Or if you have a wall close by, you could just bring your legs up the wall. Otherwise, we are still in happy baby. There's always options. And bringing your legs up the wall or in the waterfall, getting the feet over the heart, above the heart, is very beneficial for our nervous system, for sleep, helping the body to move into our parasympathetic nervous system, moving into our rest and digest state. But it's also helping with your lymphatic system, circulatory system, nervous system, all the major systems of the body. It's very kind of giving ourselves a break from gravity, reversing gravity, the blood flow. Which is our healer. So we're just bringing more healing blood back down to our heart and brain. So we're going to release here in a waterfall, straightening the legs up to the sky. You can point the toes, flex the feet, roll the ankles. Maybe hugging the knees into the chest one more time. You want to gently rock from side to side. And then we're going to plant our feet out in front of us, a little bit wider than hip width apart, so you can heel toe the feet a little bit further out. And then windshield wiper the knees, dropping them from left to right, side to side. And the arms could make cactus arms here, or goalpost arms we call them, or the arms could be down by your sides or out. Doesn't matter, whatever you feel best in the upper body. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I'm truly honored to be able to connect with you and share this practice with you. So our final resting pose here is going to be side-facing supported Shavasana. So grab your prop and we're going to lay onto our favorite side. Doesn't matter which side. Bending the knees, we're going to bring our prop in between the legs. Okay, resting our arm. You could have a blanket here, a pillow. All right, so just resting on one side, fully supported by the earth below you and by these beautiful props that we have here, closing down the eyes. Or once again, you can always gaze at the tip of your nose or any point in space to keep our focus. Keep the drishti. And if the mind once again ever begins to wander, we bring it back to our mantra. We bring our mind back to the breath, following the breath in through the nose and back out through the nose. Really calming and detoxifying the nervous system. Allowing your body to transition into rest and digest from our fight or flight mode, our high cortisol mode. So we're lowering our cortisol levels, lowering the cortisol, releasing stress, and gaining clarity, calm, and ease. Hopefully, we're gaining more